Welcome everyone to the apocalypse. I'm your host Robert, and it will be televised. Moving on. So as you can see, we're playing 7 Days to Die. If you guys would like to check us out on YouTube and on Twitch, you guys can under our respective usernames. For myself, it's Relentless Dead. For Tammy, it's Tammy Panda. For Bryant, it's Cap Jupiter Show. As you can probably tell by what I just said, we're gonna be playing the. I don't know why Tammy jumped into my chat and started sneezing, but whatever. Anyway, we're going to be playing our 14-day Blood Moon series, and on that note, we are not playing the other series anymore. We were supposed to be playing with Chris, but Chris said, hey, I really want to play Outlast Trials, and we just basically were like, sure, we'll just play that instead. The problem I had with the Twitch integration series was the fact that people would show up, want to see the series, would be like, oh cool, it's the series. Then they would like hang out for like the first like hour or two, and then everyone just disappeared. So like for like the next 2 to 3 hours, it was just us playing the game. I felt like that put a huge damper on the game. But nonetheless, we're going to be playing this. The end of this series is going to be when Tammy reaches level 300. So when she gets into the game, she'll tell you guys what level she is, and we will go from there. Trying to figure out how many levels she gets in this session, and then kind of dividing that up for her remaining levels, just seeing how long this series is going to last.
This work. Last time I tried this, it was saying cannot load online services.
Interesting.
Ticket. But then I reset my work.
Well, right now I'm initializing world. I'm not even in the game yet. Fully.
It's good. It'll restart system.
Yeah, usually that's how I fix a lot of the problems. Restarting the system.
It fixes a startling amount of problems.
Well, yeah, it's good.
I guess a good step one.
Yeah, you try turning it off and turning it back on again.
And then if you tried turning it off again, one of the things that's usually is unplugging it and replugging it back in after waiting about anywhere from 10 seconds to a minute. With
give it that ghost button.
Like Xboxes are most stuff nowadays. I will also suggest if you unplug it, then pressing the power button. Even though it's unplugged, if you press the power button, a lot of the time there's like a residual like energy surge, like energy inside the system. Even though it's unplugged, it has like a mild like charge to like, just in case like you get slightly unplugged or something. It's supposed to like help prevent damages and shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it works. It's definitely worked a couple times for me.
What you do is you hit the power button and it makes that surge think that it's supposed to become use, and then it goes whoop, and then there's nothing there, so it just wastes that little tiny bit of energy, and then it completely is shut down, and therefore when you plug it back in, it has been completely off is the other option.
Hard reset. Yeah, the hard reset.
Oh, you don't want to do a hard reset though.
Not hard.
No.
Semi-hard.
My sister did a hard reset on one of my computers.
It was no bueno.
It broke my computer.
No, you don't want to do that.
A hard reset is when you just unplug the thing while it's on.
Oh, it's like when you put your tongue on car battery.
It shouldn't affect most things nowadays, but like anything that has a solid state drive. But anything that was like a regular hard drive prior.
Yeah, which is what mine was.
Fuck it up.
It was even worse because I had that computer on for like 3 months before she did that.
Still a baby.
No. I had it on straight for 3 months.
Oh.
I had it on previously for like another 6 months before that, but I restarted it a couple times. But it was on my downloading computer back when I like first started getting into like computers and shit like that. I had two separate computers. One was my downloading computer, and I constantly just had LimeWire sitting in the corner.
Oh yeah.
And it was just downloading like movies, like anything I want, mostly like music, but you know,
music too. Yeah, did a lot of music with that shit. And then I would always like pick the most popular files, which a lot of the times turn out to be not the most. Sometimes they're deep cuts, and I look for them now, and they're like not as easy to find. Some of the songs they were like popular on LimeWire, but if I try to like find them now, it's like a deep cut.
Fuck, man. Tammy just screwed me.
No, I was waiting.
I'm not even in the game yet, so no, you didn't. You were supposed to wait till I was fully in the fucking game.
Your teleport merged together. It's gonna be like Star Trek. You'll be
what it is
Cambert.
basically what it is it's the concept that I was building the environment and getting my about to get into the game, and then Tammy jumped in. So now it's waiting for Tammy to build her environment so that I can queue us up both together.
Yeah, you don't want to jump into the Matrix before it loads.
Yeah, Tams, you don't want to jump into the Matrix before it loads.
Scary things. You see the agents jacking off on a couch. Like, are you sure we're safe? It's like, don't worry.
Tams, you're gonna make me watch agents jerking off on a couch.
They just like see you. They're like, oh shit, how'd you get in here? Oh fuck. Mr. Anderson. Fuck. Oh shit. Okay, look, if you don't tell the architect, I'll stop fucking with you. No deal. How about this?
Are you loading into the world as well there, Jupiter?
Oh, is it good to go?
No, I was asking.
Oh shit! Cancel. I jumped the gun on that.
I have to wait for Tammy.
Mr. Anderson, have you ever heard of agentasy? No. And you'll find it's the tightest. Okay. Keanu, Neo.
Tams?
I work for YoPlay.
Tams?
Yeah?
Tams.
I don't know why you're not... Like, I
Join?
waited easily.
You didn't wait for me to get the fuck in!
I waited 2 minutes on when it says the building environment screen.
I have told you this so many fucking times. Wait till I load in the fucking world. Now I'm in fucking loading limbo.
Watching agents just mouth kiss each other on a couch on a pixelated, flat, white surface.
I think I had to actually turn off the game. Because it's got me in loading limbo.
It's even worse. It's just blackness. All you can hear is... Who's there? Who's doing that? Neo.
Guess I'll jump out.
It's me, Morpheus.
I'm surprised you were still in it.
Yeah, and I didn't want to fuck it up, so...
Neo, I understand you told the Oracle that I wanted to be your work husband. Yes, Morpheus, this is weird. Come on, man. Jump into some
Oh, it's the 1.4 patch.
feudal Japan. Is a patch coming out?
They already did. We're in the 1.4.
Oh, I wonder what's different.
I think there's
smoothness.
No, I think there was another environment added, which we won't be able to see.
Oh, invisible.
No, it's because it probably won't spawn in our world.
Oh.
But there's supposed to be harder
That's
enemies and
stupid.
shit like that too.
Hmm.
I think we talked about
It's
this.
gonna
Like,
spice up our life.
there's like a new tier of enemies.
That's cool. I could spice things up. Spice up our
Yeah,
life, everybody.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it or
Spice up
not
your life.
because I don't know how. Like, sometimes that's one of the biggest problems when you do like updates like this to games. Is that like unless you like just like change the complete seed on what it looks like, you pretty much don't get to add certain things. Like if you're holding a new biome, you can't just add a new biome unless you make the map bigger or something like that, right?
Mhm.
Like you can't just add a new biome.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you'd have to refresh your map or some shit.
Yeah, which is impossible to do when you're already playing a game, but unless you get rid of everything. That's the other problem. I really like there's one game that did it really well in my opinion. Fucking what was it called? Like it's not Little People, but it's something close to like that.
The roll-off family?
Small Land. Right?
Small land.
Yeah, Small Land, I think is what it
Holland
was. Small Land was really good with how they did it. Was that there was like a couple places that you could build your base, but every place that you could build your base was up in a tree, and they all looked identical. So like if you went to someone else's server, could put your base exactly where it was, or move it to a different tree, and it would just place your base right back down.
Oh, just like as you've built it?
Like yeah, well, like you say you like built your base like a big house or whatever,
It just lays. Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go play with my friends. You can literally go and play with your friend, and then go to his game, and put down your house on one of the treetops.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And
Is
anything
that
that's
how 76
So the-
does it?
76 similar, kind of like how you're doing it. But the problem with 76 and the
Pick up
difference
your shit and move
is
it
that
somewhere.
theoretically, if they were to change the world, it wouldn't fuck up your base because your base would be the exact same treetop kind of situation.
Yeah.
Where if like 76 bucks like changes something, it could be like, oh, you can't put your base here anymore.
Yeah, you could be totally fuck showed. Your whole base. It would just return all your. You would just log in.
Yeah.
It would be like all these
Everything's-
items returned. You'd be like, no.
Well, you'd be in your inventory, so at least that's something. But yeah, it's awful when it happens like that. It's so fucking much of a pain in the ass. You're like, well, I gotta put this all out again, but because I have to build it
Yeah.
piece by piece because I can't build it as one big unit because it never
Yeah,
fucking
can't
fits
just-
right.
Drop your house.
That's
You
why
got it.
I went with the pre-built house. Because then
That's
it's
smart.
I just put out one thing, and then I can fill it with all my shit, with all the little things.
It's not that smart if you
I
think
have
about it, because the problem is that if she goes to still like replace her base, it's going to be like, oh, you can't do it because this is floating.
They have pre-built houses in 76 now.
Yeah, they have had it for a while. Like they're
Ooh.
pre-built. Like you can just put them down and you can't. But the problem is that some of them are not the greatest.
It'd be like the
Oh.
ground will have like some, or like the floor will have like the ground sticking out of it or something.
No, it's more just it's more the concept that it's like the one that Tammy has is a 2-floor building, but it's not a big building. It's quite small. And like all you can really like you're gonna add stuff, but you can't change anything to the building itself. Really, like you can add like paintings to the wall, but you can't change like the windows or anything like that. So it's like a preformed
Mhm.
thing. Where it's like I also had another one that I had in one of my other for my main character that I put down in like one of the special areas, and it's like got like I wish that I could put down a fence in one of the areas, but you can't put down a fence. Like there's a balcony section, and I really wish you could put the a fence down in the balcony section, but you can't.
You just walk off that motherfucker.
Well, there's a no, it's just like it's like a set of stairs.
Motherfucker.
It's like
Yeah.
I just wish I could put like a fence right at the top of the stairs, so like you can't just walk up the stairs and walk straight onto the balcony. You had to go and open up a gate or something.
Yeah,
That's all. Also,
that would
this
be
is
cool. You
not
should be able to
looking good.
add to it. Not loading in there. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I'll give another
Is there
like
an update?
there was it updated. It had to have. Also, the fact is like something's just wrong on like my end, because it let Tammy in the game. She was playing the game. But just for some reason, it's not letting me in the game. So I'll give it another like 2 minutes or so while we're talking. And if it still doesn't work, I'll do a quick restart of my computer or my Xbox.
Yeah, give it another try there. That's really weird. Especially if she was in. I mean, that means the servers are up.
Yeah, she was in it. That's why I got mad at her, because she was like legitimately, somehow, fully fledged, got into the game and was doing stuff.
Well, I moved
Like
around.
interacting with.
I didn't try to interact with anything.
Mm.
I didn't know if that would like do anything to fuck up the file, so I was like, just gonna walk around. Yeah.
I'm doing laps.
The one good thing that I like about N76, though, that little 2-story pre-built that I have, is that there's an electrical box in the back. And once we figured out the electrical box part, I could actually like provide power for the entire house. So I could put like
Ooh.
light bulbs and stuff in.
But the problem I had with it is as cool as that is, there's no way to like electrify items inside the house.
Like lamps and shit.
Like you can do lamps because lamps are just proximity based.
Mm.
So it works because it's proximity based, but you couldn't. Wow, that was a fucking. Okay. I looked at the clock. It said 48. I looked at the clock. It said 48. Looked at the clock. It said 48. Looked at the clock. It said 48. Fucking. I was like, wow, this is a lot of fucking 48s. I looked at the clock. It said 49. I'm like, okay, cool. I looked at the clock. It said 50. I'm like, where the fuck did 49 go?
What is?
Like 49 was just like, oh shit, I forgot. It just like ran through.
Got his jack in one hand, its purse in the other, just running.
But yeah, no,
Flip-flopping in
like I
high
said,
heels.
like I have another building. Like I said, the only issue I had with it was the fact that like you can't add extra like customization, but like with the one that Tammy's talking about, it's cool that it's got the electrical box on the outside. So if you hook up power to it, then all the lights inside the building are classified as have electricity. So that's pretty cool. But the
that's cool.
problem with it is the fact that you can't put like a popcorn machine in there because you have to then somehow get the power inside because it has to be actually wired hooked up. So I kind of wish that I kind of wish it would have the one thing that
It doesn't have a nub that you can connect a wire
that's
to?
what I wish it did. It doesn't.
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure you like because that's how I was able to get electricity inside to like
What if you
try and
put a
hook
nub
things up
on
on
it?
the inside. Because it hooked it onto like a generator on the inside of the building,
Yes, but
and it went to the box. But
Tim, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but the thing is, like, I know that like those special things I got you to get, they're junction ones that go through the wall, and I kind of wish that those would go like that. You just had one of those junctions inside the house, so that you could just hook up to that junction,
Yeah, just clip, flick.
or even just having a bunch of them everywhere, just randomly, like like kind of like a plug-in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like it. Cool little house.
I'm just
right.
I'm just saying like there's improvements I
could
wish
see
they would have added.
it. Yeah, they could work on it.
I don't think they ever will, but it still would be interesting.
Yeah.
If they did.
That's cool.
And then I put
I would-
on the back of my house. You have to go around the outside of it, but there's my goo hot tub.
Goo tub.
Yeah. And
It's
then,
very restorative and good for your
I mean, we're cool.
glycogen.
We're cool.
Pretty cool.
Probably pretty appreciate it.
Yeah. This is nice.
I mean, that the character that I'm using that for is a ghoul, so.
That's cool.
But before I had that, I was using a barn, and it was just a single-story barn.
Mhm.
Like you couldn't get up, you couldn't build higher in it. I was just like, I don't like this, because it just felt very confined because it was just a single story.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah, it'd be cool if
this
you
new
could build
building is-
floors.
well,
Build
I mean,
anything.
Rob has his building is like 2 stories. Then he
Oh,
has
yeah.
like a 3-story little balcony section.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is it in the same place? On the river?
No, it's
we moved it up towards
south.
one of the other towns because
Oh,
I kept running
cool.
into the problem that over by the river, I kept finding people that were just like, "Oh, hey, guess what? I want to be here too."
Grief. Oh, yeah.
So like my house
I would
wasn't
jump
spawning
into it
sometimes.
again one day, but I'd have to
Fuck
start from
me.
brand new.
Well, me and Tammy did start from brand new. We actually did ask you if you wanted to play with us when we were starting brand new, but
I think I was just like, fuck my house, everything's gone.
Yeah.
I'm getting over it. I probably would try at some point.
yeah, me and Tammy, me and Tammy actually did a new characters because we were starting off as ghouls. Or we're not starting off. You can't start off, but
You
But
got to
we
do a
became
whole.
made new characters to specifically become ghouls.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. I like the option. I mean,
It's pretty cool.
it's pretty cool. Food
Yeah.
tastes different.
Well, yeah, you don't even actually have to eat food.
That's pretty cool.
but another
It's a ghoul.
option that we could do, just out of a thing here, is that we could talk to Owen. Every other week we play 76 with Owen on Tuesdays.
Yep.
But we could play something else if you had wanted to as well. Like see what he's into, see if there's a game that maybe he wants to play.
Yeah. If he's got anything on his radar, or if he's open to like some 4-man Dead Side or something.
Yeah, we can talk to him about what game he'd want to play. Yeah, we can. I'll try figuring it out with him.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because yeah, like then the 4 of us could play. He usually likes playing around like 11 or noon. The only downside for you.
That's cool for me.
Okay. I just know you usually don't like turning till 1, but yeah. And he only plays till 3, so.
Yeah.
Or well, 3,
kidlets.
3:30. Last time was 3:30. But yeah.
Kidlies.
Yeah, his kids come home.
Yeah.
So at that point in
One's
time,
school and
he's
one's
got to be a
for
dad.
daycare.
What the fuck
do
is
the
taking
command
so
thing.
fucking long for it to fucking do this?
Really isn't working, is it? Holy shit. The fuck?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it's not working either.
If there's like any word of it being
42549. Mesh. I'm trying to see what about this update to see if it's.
7 days to die down. Seeing anybody like complaining on their Reddit? Fucking weird, man. What the hell? What the hell? It shouldn't take this long, that's for sure.
Switch integration. Prepared for upcoming fixed music thing. Shared chat fire and.
Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Have you ever seen Play-Doh? It's a delicious food. It catches fire if you try to bake it. Damnedest thing. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Jesus. You already tried restarting? That's like supposed to be the fix-all. Supposed to save us.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if people are having similar issues. There was something similar to what we had, but the person managed to actually log in to their world, and their friend logged in, and they were just a floating weapon. Like the person who...
That's fine. You could be a floating weapon. I don't care. I just would like to actually be like in the game.
Oh. Was it always flashing that thing in the top corner?
Yeah.
It was? Okay. Son of a dink. Mate? Oh yeah, I see it again there. Oh, weird. I say maybe because it's like generating the new land, but no, I don't. I think it's just being a son of a bitch.
Yeah, some people, I guess, even tried to uninstall the game and then reinstall it, and then they were getting a similar issue.
Cock.
No one got it fixed. It just stopped doing it, or is this the 1.4 problem?
This was also, it's like some of these comments were from last year in August.
Okay. So this is just a random problem. Cool. Well, we've been dealing with this for 30 minutes now, by the way.
Sheesh.
Fuck, I don't,
God damn, it's always randomly. It's always just at the worst time. Something's down. We haven't played this in weeks, and it's now just at this moment. Having sexual intercourse with us. Bum, 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 bum. I can try
I'm gonna
logging into my old one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna delete my other thing and just see if maybe it's a space issue or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe it.
Yeah, one person said they created a new world, logged in, and then they logged out of that one and went in, and they were able to log into their first one.
Yeah, I'll try that here in a second.
Okay, create a new game and then jump back out or something. Did you get as far as loading blocks?
I got it to loading world.
Big building world.
Okay. Let's see where we get.
Ouch.
Okay, so I'm classifying this one as work. I'm going to
... question mark.
No. I want that to be that, and then I'm just gonna try making it as small as I can make it. Okay, so that looks like the smallest I can make it. Cool. I'm just trying to make it so it takes less time to load.
Yeah. Tiny little parcel. It'd be cool if they could make like new. Oh yeah, maybe the biome. Maybe the new biome's like an island. You gotta like. Well, how would you fucking get there? You can't sail. Maybe they could add boats.
No, the thing is, it's probably just like when you build a map, it's probably one of those like areas. Like, you know how you have like the snow biome, the desert biome, the forest biome, the burnt biome. It's probably just it has like that as another biome. The only problem is that you can't have that with unless you start up a new game. The only problem is that I don't want to start up a new game because literally the entire fucking thing is that we're if I get to level, Tammy doesn't get to level 300, we're done with this game.
Yeah.
Like, so
Tapped out.
So to go and try to have to do all that other shit would be just adding more to the game that we want to stop playing because we want to start moving over to other games.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've been initializing a while.
You've been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cockula.
I just started initializing world.
I'm just
Penis.
hanging out on the main screen until.
Yeah, that's fun times. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Bryant decided he wanted to just make sure that he could get into it, I'm guessing, but it wasn't just me. That's a problem. But yeah, now my initializing world is delayed.
Delayed. Oh, it said spawn. Okay. I wonder if I should just back out now or if I should actually spawn in.
Well, if you spawn it doesn't really change anything. Like, you have to still wait for me to actually do it. I'm the host.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tammy wasn't having problems getting into my world. I was having problems getting into my own world.
Oh, you got as far as that because now I'm building environment. I see. Oh,
Okay, so now I can spawn world, building environments.
Oh shit! Shit looks janky.
That's
Oh,
fine.
no, yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm in. Don't come to me. Don't come to me. Don't come to me.
No.
Exit.
Have you ever seen the inside of man being?
Continue game. My game. Okay, go. Loading game data. Yeah, in about... Oh, loading blocks.
Pew, 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 pew. Get to the bathroom.
Bryant is going to the bathroom on top of the blocks.
Oh, yeah.
He's stacking the blocks. Loading game data. We've been here before. Just what am I really to say here? Did he just pee on Mike? Come on, man. Loading prefabs. Initializing world.
Good God, I thought I was muted. Whoops.
Way to be.
Oh. ASMR.
PSMR. PSMR.
ASMR, yeah. PSM, PSMR. I'm PSMR.
Initializing world.
Initializing. Took my world a long time too, and I think it's the biggest.
I went with
Could
one of
have
the
been
small
why.
worlds originally when I made the like quick little world to see if Tammy's theory works. Where if you log into another one, it loads up. This shit needs to load up, so that this one will load up.
I think it should. I mean, that makes sense.
But when I did that, when I did the smallest fucking thing I could possibly find, so it would just be a quick move over.
A 4x4 chunk. Just kidding.
It was a
4
4,000
by
by 4,000. Yeah.
4.
Okay, so for the record, to anyone that is currently watching this on YouTube, that's really where you get the benefit of this. If the video is like, I don't know, 45 minutes long, you know we never got in.
Yeah, this didn't fucking work.
So you can pretty much just stop watching here, and thanks for watching, and hopefully this just like is like a week, like this week's problem.
Yeah, hopefully.
If it does work, well then this will be like a couple more hour game. Okay, so
I think it's gonna.
I click the spawn button. I'm now building environments.
Alright.
So let's see how the building environments works.
Building. Construction complete. Complete. Complete.
I'll give this about 9 minutes.
Shit, it shouldn't take longer than that.
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah, any longer than that, it's fucked.
Well, to be fair, I'm probably only going to give it about 6 minutes, to be fair, but still, that's more than enough time. Should be more than enough time anyway. Thought I heard noises. So I was trying to, like, listen to...
Come on.
Come on, you dirty little whore.
Don't
Daddy wants to
bebop
be
or
inside
rock
you.
steady. Allow.
Allow me to be inside you.
Permission. 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 Son of a whore.
Son of
This
a
part
basket
shouldn't
loving
take
whore.
that long.
I
Basket fucking fart shit.
give it a little bit longer because, theoretically... But yeah, this is not looking good.
Oh no. Just the map is nuked?
I don't know. Maybe
I
it's,
hope
it,
not.
maybe it's just this week problem. Like maybe it's just like next time we play, I'll be fine.
I hope so. Yeah.
I really did too because I wanted to finish off that series. Like I wanted to go up to level 300 and actually like be happy with that series.
Yeah. Right, cap it off. Finish it the right way. Oh, it's there at the bid.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Fuck.
Crazy.
Okay, well,
I was hoping it would work, but
I kind of thought it would.
yeah, I was gonna try it too. I was like,
That's weird. I don't get why that wouldn't work. It's funked up. That's
well-
pretty funked up.
is there something else you guys would like to play tonight, or are we just basically because it's kind of hard to download shit and fucking all that shit?
The only thing I could think of is Green Hill. That's about all
Yeah.
I can think of.
Fuck.
Otherwise, I'd have to DL something. Update.
Music just kicked in.
Music kicked in? Oh, really?
Like it took that long for the music to kick in.
Oh. I mean, that's got to be a good sign.
Yeah, but the music had kicked in last time. It had been there for a while,
Oh, did it?
but it just kicked in now. Like I was about to exit out. It did just kick in now. Like, do I wait a little bit longer?
Is there any chance? Any chance in a million? Any chance in a million.
Like, now the question is just like, do I wait? You know, like, how long do I wait before I just give up? Like, maybe it's like a real just time problem, like where it's like it really is just loading that slowly.
I wonder. How fast was the smaller world he did? Was it like a couple minutes?
Well, it was quicker than your. Oh, it was like it was pretty fast. The smaller world was pretty fast. But the problem is the fact that if I did the smaller world, which I did, which was really fast, it's not got anything built in it yet. It's not got stuff looted. It doesn't have anything like that. So it's like this is a lot of stuff that has to like pull back and remember. So
Yeah. Oy. God damn it. I was hoping that'd be a good sign. A sign of the times. Truly a sign of the time.
yeah, like I said, so I'm trying to figure out.
Let us in.
I just thought I'd have something up on my screen, so like, let's look at credits, people.
This is made by
Well,
Doug.
right now it's going over, I think, a bunch of builds,
Oh yeah, all the different
builds and
models.
tester stuff.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Pro Skate. Pro Skaker.
Bum, bum.
Why does it hate us?
But then I'm like kind of like have this like weird thing that I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll just like. End the stream, and then it's like as soon as I like go end the stream, it's probably gonna be like, and here you go.
Pops up, yeah.
It's probably like right when I hit like
Fuck.
goodbye. It's like goodbye.
That's right
Son
when
of
it
a
taps
bitch!
out, yeah. God damn it, that was a joke. That was just a joke.
Well,
I wasn't actually doing
did the music just
that.
stop? The music just stopped.
Maybe it just does that.
Like the game's not frozen. Oh,
Oh yeah, you're able to see tips and shit.
I can move the tips.
Damn, I wish they'd like put out. We're aware of this. We're trying to fix it.
Again, is it something that it's actually a problem for anyone else, or is it just like very like minor people like me who got unlucky?
Yeah, maybe it's just random.
Okay, well, I think we're just not going to play anything
Random.
because I
Yeah,
think what I'm
that's
going to do is just like sit on this maybe for a little bit longer, like off stream, and see if there's just a possibility that this will just like work. I don't know. The only option I have is like we play a different game, which is right. Greenhouse is probably the only other game we could play, or we kind of like see if like maybe it is just like a real large loading problem, or
That would
just
be crazy,
like the
but-
first time it's like it's just really, 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 really slow.
First time with the new update, maybe.
Yeah. I'm trying to
I
figure out
imagine
why.
it's like this every time.
Oh, if it was like this like every time, I would like legitimately start this up before we actually start playing.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let's give it a half hour.
Oh, this at this point in time it's been 45 minutes, but not
Holy
straight.
shit.
It's up in 45 minutes straight because I guess it's only been like 10 minutes now.
Yeah,
But okay.
that is freaking crazy.
Well, sadly, this is a problem. So we're going to just end the stream here. Like, we could jump into, like I said earlier, we could jump into Green Hell. But the problem is that if this is like one of those things where it's like, it's just barely about to load, do I want to just like wait it out? But I don't want to wait it out while we're chatting because like we're just going to be chatting for like, you know, a bit and then it's going to be released as like fucking just chatting.
Right. Be a very interesting stream to upload.
I've
Like, I know
uploaded
it
ones
says this.
before. I've literally uploaded ones where it's like I uploaded. I think it was like for what was it? Stardew Valley once, where it was just like loose Stardew Valley, no gameplay, or like just like like didn't load or something like that. But because I still explained in it, like yeah, so this didn't load. Oh, music's back again. So yeah, I don't think it's working.
It just does that. It just teases you.
Mm.
No, we're still trying. Hang on. Give us another 45 minutes. Say what? Say what? That sucks.
Quickly
Say
smashing
what,
some
say
buttons and seeing if maybe I can make it. Realize I'm still here and I'd like to load.
Yeah, it's like I'm still doing my part. I'm please waiting. Please load. Done everything you asked. You push start.
Yeah. Okay, well that sucks. I'll have to check to see if this like fixes itself before next time.
Yeah, I
Next
guess
time.
if it never does,
If it never
it'll
does,
just be...
well, I guess me and Tammy will be playing it fucking off stream to get us to 300 because that's the only fucking thing that we're doing. So
Yeah.
like, there's no fucking like we were pretty much ready to be done. Like we were pretty close to be fucking done. Go back to
Just
news.
like another like 50 levels or something.
Yeah, it's the update's been up for like weeks now, so
Oh, okay.
like 3 weeks.
I think we played it within 3 weeks too. Maybe not last time, maybe not. I can't remember.
You know, I'm gonna try this real fast and see if that helps.
Pick 'em up, pick 'em down. Juicy, juicy Lucy's in town.
But yeah, no, yeah, I don't know.
It's fucking
I know,
whack.
I
I,
do- I
hope
do-
they do a part 2 though.
I don't know. I always have problems with certain games going to a part 2 when they're pretty much the same mechanics of the game. Why not just do an
That
update
would
instead
be
of a part 2?
Yeah, if they don't like overhaul it, that wouldn't really make sense. Wouldn't make it worth buying.
Like that's just like always been my thought process. Like there's been a couple games where it's like, blah 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 part 2. I'm like, okay, what's the difference between for example, like one of them was Overwatch part 2. I was like, what's the difference between Overwatch part 1 and part 2? They're like, nothing. Like, because not even just that, but you couldn't play part 1 anymore. You could not play part 1 anymore. It was just like Overwatch Season 2 coming in. It was just like, you cannot play 1 again.
Oh, that sucks. Like, what if you're just like getting into it then? You'd have to miss out completely.
Well, theoretically, it's the game just, it has some of the part 1 features, like, still implemented, but they just locked it behind, like, certain things, and I was like, ugh.
That really sucks.
They had, you were saying that about some of the sports games, like, once they kind of had...
Yeah, like, most of the sports games, I wish they kind of would just go with a similar kind of motto, where it was like, like wrestling games also, but like fucking like 2K15 or 2K, like I need the 2K games.
Yeah.
Honestly, all it should just be is instead of having to buy like the whole new game, they just like update the roster. Like this goes for wrestling games, hockey games, football games, whatever. But they just update the roster and make it so like you have to pay like a like a $25 like DLC. You upgrade, have the roster updated.
And just do that every year.
Yeah.
And you can still have access to all of the previous roster setups.
Yeah, every that you've bought. Like, so like for example, if you buy like the 2K15 when it came out, and then it's like 2K16 came out, you get like, updated roster, and you keep doing that. You have all the updated rosters from 2K15 to 16. So you could literally play like a career mode, like for wrestling, for example. You could like literally play a career mode where it's like, at WrestleMania, fucking like, 6 people just get fired.
That'd be cool. Yeah, and they're just like off the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that they should do it that way. Honestly, like they're not in the new game, so why would it be bad to take them out in a patch? Same thing.
Kind of video.
I was in that game. You can't. I wonder if it's like a royalty sort of
Could
thing.
be,
Stop
but
getting like
the thing is,
royalties or something.
But what you could always do is you could always have it where it's like, when they originally did. I know it's a little harder to do it because how it works. But they could have easily done it where it's like, okay, well, like, you can't buy. Like, you can still buy fucking 2K15. You can still buy, like, older
just
games.
Like $80.
Yeah, whatever the fuck price it is. But, like, so that means that it shouldn't be mattering, like, that much for the roster. They apparently already got paid. So, like, having the game sell another, like, 50 copies or 5,000 copies doesn't seem like it changes much of the actual, like, how much royalty someone gets. So
Yeah, I would think so.
So I guess like the concept would be is like with that concept, yeah, you just have it where like, and then like the other thing is just like you could actually have it where like you could go to season mode and you could put on season mode A or season mode B. Season mode A has it where like I said, if like a wrestler gets fired or quits or dies or whatever, they're removed from the game at like WrestleMania. We're using WrestleMania
cool.
as the
ceremonious.
I guess you could use Royal Rumble. You could use the Royal Rumble. WWE uses WrestleMania as its thing, but you could use Royal Rumble theoretically because it would be the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's when they're like the WWE season kicks off.
No, WWE season actually kicks off at WrestleMania.
That's when the new one
starts? Internally, that's when WWE's actual year turns over, is after WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the last pay-per-view of their business year.
Their fiscal year.
Fiscal year. Been a fiscal year.
Okay, so that didn't work. I thought maybe just reloading it would help again, because maybe it was just like something in the background, but I changed it to another server. It didn't seem to work.
I hope it's not like big broke.
Yeah, it would suck. I'll wait till the music kicks in.
It wouldn't do that.
But no, I think it would be kind of cool. It's like if you could have that, or you could have B, where it's like you could have the wrestlers from like 2K15 being in 2K25, for example.
Yeah.
So like you could literally have like fucking, and all they should do is just change the graphics. That's all they should actually ever do is just change the graphics and add new matches. So they should never remove matches. Just add new ones.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do now. It's just like send out an update and then boom.
Yeah, well, like, classify as a DLC. Like they have to still make money, so I'm not arguing with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Do a $25 DLC. You already have the base, all the base stuff in the game is already there, and then you just have it where like you like I said, you change the roster, you make a new like couple like maybe a handful of what's it call it there like highlighted things where it's like you play as like the ones where you play as like Bret Hart and you have to like go through like a storyline of Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Like maybe doing that, but like having like 4 of those a year. Like especially with this year, having like one of them being like the path of Lex Luthor.
Ooh. The Lex Express, that'd be cool. Comes out with the bus and everything.
Yeah. And then like you could actually set it up where it's like or then you can also buy the Legends DLC, which are like, maybe it's like a $50 DLC or something like that. But if you buy the Legends DLC, it brings you back to the 80s instead of like 2K15. And like you could like, go with like doing stuff like that, where it's like as you progress, you can like, get like the 80s DLCs or like the 90s DLCs or,
You could just be Hulk Hogan and just never,
that would be the joke that I was going to go with, which is like literally
for me, dude.
You could like start off your like career as Hogan, and like literally just like go through like 2025 and just like have all the titles on yourself. And if you wanted to like play what Hogan's dream, like that could be Hogan's dream right there. That's Hogan's dream.
You just can't even see him. He's just covered in belts.
Yeah.
All you see is legs under it. Just this big pile of belts.
even the women's titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got all the tag team titles by himself too.
Oh, yeah, totally. And he said to Hogan, he'd be like, I could see it, dude. That works for me, brother.
So like, I think that would be an interesting like idea. Is doing something like that where it's like you just add updated rosters, you add fucking those as DLCs. I would say $25 because I think people would be like, if you were doing this every year, it's an easy $25 in my opinion.
Right, from like hundreds of thousands of people, like, because more people would buy
compared
it. I
to
feel like
compared to every time they release a game, it's usually like 60 to 80, sometimes depending on the version you get.
Yeah,
like $120.
And they have
yeah, it's like $80 for the ring, but if you want any wrestlers, you got to get the whole $160 package.
Yeah.
You just start game. It's just the ring with the announcers. Like, there's nobody here.
And the
You should probably buy
commentators.
the rest of the game.
Yeah, you have to buy the commentators separately. Oh, that'd be the worst DLC
totally.
ever.
Oh,
The
You
least
get commentators
the least
now.
bought DLC.
No, Temps. No. Oh, yeah, I
Like
guess.
the horse arbor.
Yeah. I was gonna say no. That would suck so fucking much if that was like the whole game, like the way the game worked. It's like you bought the game. It was just the ring. Like nothing else. Nothing else. You just buy the ring. Then you have to
Just the ring.
and that's like a like a $50 game right there. And then you have to buy another $50 game
Oh.
just to get like the or the actually you're worse because we're making jokes here. There's a $25, a $50, a $75 packages. Like, and you have to buy them either you can buy them separate or you can buy them together. If you buy them separate, obviously it's costing you $150. Together, maybe you save a few dollars, but
Yeah,
the $25 one is literally all the C-class wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
Then you get the $50 one is all the B-class wrestlers. The $75 one is all the A-class wrestlers.
God. I could see that. I could literally see that happening.
And then then the other thing is you have to buy the referees, which is like a $15 DLC.
Mike Chioda.
Then to buy the fans. To buy
Yeah.
the fans for a $10 DLC, along with the announcers, another $10 DLC. And then
Great
for, like the
deal.
arenas, you have to pay, $1 per arena.
God. Don't give him ideas.
And those are just like the arenas are just like the base arenas. Like if you want fancy arenas, those are gonna cost you like the tent like the pay-per-views. The pay-per-views are gonna cost you $5 a pop.
You get like the high school fucking basketball courts and shit for free.
But the problem is that to play the game when you're playing the game, there's like three things that that your wrestlers can theoretically quit if you're not making enough money. So you have to have like announcers, you have to have the guests, or they're not making any money. And then if you're if your entire roster quits, you have to rebuy the DLC again.
That would be hilarious. What a troll.
Yeah, I'm saying this would be the worst fucking monetization
Yeah.
ever. But I've got to say, 'cause it's right now we're kind of fucked with what we're doing here.
Yeah, we're like not too far from that being a thing.
I was also talking about the fact that the 7 days isn't loading, so I'm trying to make jokes while 7 days is not loading. But anyway, then the concept is that if your wrestler gets injured, or if one of any of your wrestlers get injured, they are actually like out and can't work. Like
That would be a pretty cool dynamic.
But the problem is that in truthful, I agree. Like side note, I really think that'd be kind of cool if you can like.
I think they did that, didn't they, in one of the games? Like, you'd have to go to or was that a UFC game? That might have been a UFC game.
Probably
You have to
UFC
either
game.
go to rehab or go to like a cheap clinic for like less money. Yeah, I think that was UFC. Yeah.
I think it would be kind of cool in wrestling if like you can like kayfabe like put someone out of commission if you're like just beating the shit out of them with like a chair.
Yeah, you just go a little too hard, face a fine or something. Triple H comes out. What the hell was that crap? Like, I hate him.
I think it would be kind of interesting if like you were doing it and like there was like a thing that like pauses on your game, like your game pauses at one point, and like it actually asks you like you're about to like permanently injure blank.
Eugene.
Okay, sure. You're about to permanently injure Eugene. If you do so, Eugene will not be able to compete for the next, 3 to 6, or blank amount of time. Like it was,
Yeah.
undisclosed amount of time that he'll be unable to wrestle. If you do this, you will get 1 strike. Calmly getting 3 strikes will get you suspended.
That'd be pretty cool. That would definitely add some immersion. Make you feel like you're actually in control of your character. Got Eugene's leg in that like folding chair sort of gimmick, and it's like you're about to step on it. It's just like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, basically,
Your
like
story mode.
yeah.
That'd be
like,
wild.
You do it, and then he like his it actually like does like a cinematic thing where you stomp on it, and he like starts freaking out, and like all the refs and like backstage people start coming out, and you're trying to stomp on it again and shit like this, and like you have like
Jamie Noble comes out.
Like you have like options, like you can just like give up, or you can attack again, or whatever like that, or
Jump over the referees,
yeah, or even attack the referees and shit like that. So like you have like all the options, like each of them comes with like its own punishment and shit like that like pops up on screen when it happens. So like it's like punch a referee, you'll probably be fined for this.
Yeah, it's like 50 grand or something, or maybe 5 grand or something. I don't know.
I think it's 50 grand. It's actually, I think in kayfabe, it's 50 grand.
I think that would sound about right if you actually just like for real punched a referee in the face in the ring, just out of malice.
I think Orton got 50 grand for RKOing someone. That like one of the officials.
Damn. You weren't supposed to RKO his ass.
So, but that'd be kind of interesting. Like, but anyway, going back to my other joke, it's like they're injured. And it's like, oh yeah, they're injured for like this amount of time, like going to having to pay for all the microtransactions. It's like, as you injure too many people, it's like, oh, this person's like permanently injured. You're gonna have to buy the surgeon's DLC.
Oh yeah, right. To get Yeah, to get the surgery, you got to buy the DLC. That would be so crazy. Like wrestle injured for the rest of your life, or
Oh no,
spend
even if someone else gets injured,
$15.
even if someone else gets injured, like if your opponent gets injured,
They're
like
just permanently fucked.
like Shawn Michaels, for example, like let's say like you're playing your character and like Shawn Michaels is your tag team partner and he just gets injured. Oh, Shawn Michaels was injured in that match. He's gonna need neck surgery. You're gonna have to buy like the $15 DLC for the surgeons.
Yeah.
Or and he may not be able to wrestle again. Or you can get the $25 surgeons DLC, and the likelihood of him wrestling, being able to do like light commentary and stuff like that. But if you get the $50 one, then he'll be able to wrestle again.
You can still enjoy the sweet chin music from the Heartbreak Kid.
Then you have to do stuff like that where it's like, or like going back to you have like Vince McMahon being your the owner of the company, obviously. Oh no, Vince McMahon got a lawsuit against him. You're gonna have to pay for lawyers now. That's $100 DLC.
Yeah. God. $100 real.
Well, yeah, everything's
Like
real dollars.
GTA bucks.
Could you imagine how much
that'd be
that
a
would be?
racket?
It's like everything costs like money. It's like, the other one would be funny. Is like you're like, what about the sponsors? Why are the sponsors not giving me money?
You gotta buy them first.
But then they don't even give you money. They just give you like in-game money. It's like, for fuck's sakes!
It's just not redeemable.
But you have to pay for you have to pay the sponsors real money to put the fake sponsors in your game, so that your fake company can make money. So that you can pay your fake wrestlers the money, so they don't leave you, and you have to pay real money to rehire them.
God. Jesus. Be like gaming in Germany. Nazi Germany.
And then like another one would just be like the fact that like as you're like progressing, it's like another one is just like, oh, guess what? Like your wrestler just for no reason, he's just been losing a lot. But for no reason though, he's now just gonna quit on you. And because he's gonna quit on you, there's a max exodus. 50 people are gonna quit on you. You're gonna have to pay them more money.
Pay Triple H for the push.
Yep. Oh, you want to change these matches? Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to, pay the CEO fund.
Yeah, pat his pockets. You'll get the strap in no time, kid. God, that'd be so fucked up. I could honestly see it.
Okay, first off, I'm not even talking about what you're talking about. I'm talking about something completely different. But at the exact same time, I didn't even think about what you just said. That's even worse. As you're playing the fucking because I was just going with the concept as you're playing the game, it's like you want to go change like one of the the matches just randomly because you're like, oh yeah, I want to see what happens if AJ Styles faces against Braun Strowman, and it's like, oh, you want to change that match? Oh, you can't change the match unless you're a CEO level. You're gonna have to pay for the CEO package. That's $100 for that package.
The low price of $100.
But what you're talking about is even worse. You're playing the story mode, and as you're playing the story mode, you're getting matches against jobbers, and getting matches against jobbers, and getting matches against jobbers, and getting matches against jobbers. No title matches at all. You win number one contendership, you think, but they give it to 3 other people before you, and you're getting buried, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And then you go to Triple H, you're like, why am I getting a title match? He's like, oh, if you want a title match, you're gonna have to rub the right people's backs. And he's like, what are you talking about? And the little thing comes up. You're gonna have to buy the shaking hands fucking DLC.
God, it's just a picture of Triple H with his ring on.
Yeah.
Or his rings.
And then fucking you get that, and you get the fucking mid card push. You're like, cool, finally, a fucking mid card push. And then as you're progressing, it's fucking you're like, why can't I get a title match? For the heavyweight title. I've held on to the fucking Intercontinental title for fucking 3 years undefeated.
Yeah.
Why the fuck aren't they giving me the fucking Oh, it's because you have to get to the big leagues. You want to get into the big leagues, you're going to have to pay for it. For fuck's sakes!
Right? That would be the most frustrating shit in the world.
Finally,
But
you
if it
pay
was
for
good
it.
enough,
And and then you have to start occasionally just randomly as you're playing the game, you're like, oh no, WrestleMania this year is supposed to be in Cleveland, but the problem is that Cleveland governors are blacklisting all WWE wrestlers from being able to enter. You won't be able to have it in Cleveland anymore, and it's too late to pick a new place. You're gonna have to buy this Cleveland DLC to grease the wheels.
grease the wheels, keep your story mode going. God. Just basically bribe you.
Yeah, just.
Like, we see you've been enjoying this.
That's the other one. That's the other one. Just like as you're driving, it's like, or you're just playing the game. It's like you're walking in the back, and then someone fucking hits you with a car, and as you're the car's coming, you're like, oh no, it looks like someone's gonna hit you with that car. It'd be a real shame if someone hit you with that car. You could probably dodge out of the way for the right price.
Yeah, $25 to move from Rikishi's car.
Yep. I didn't want to say it. Yep. I did it for you. Oh, that'd be the worst.
Rikishi comes out.
That'd be the worst.
Oh.
You come back out of it, the car just misses you. There's an investigation who was driving that car. It finds out it's Rikishi, and he's like, I did it for you, and he points right at the camera. It's actually you, and you're like, what do you mean you did it for me? You almost hit me.
Me?
Yeah, but the player. I did it for the player. What do you mean you did it for me? You're gonna make me pay. I had to pay $20 to avoid you. Yeah.
What the fuck was that for me?
Yeah, it's like,
It's made
how's
me
that
pay
for
money
me?
to live. I was gonna permadeath my character if I didn't pay $25. Oh, it'd be literal extortion.
That would be the worst too.
You guys.
As you're playing the game, you fucking have an event happen, like a lawsuit or a merger. A merger happens, and as you have a merger happens, fucking you get informed that the merger has happened without your blessing. It's a shame, but everything you've bought has now been removed from your account. Is merged with someone else's account.
God.
You have to pay everything again.
$150. Get everything back.
No, at this point it'd be like $1,000 for that one game.
God.
With all the DLCs, with all the greasing of the wheels, with everything, it's like $1,000 you have to pay again.
Just one more time.
But if you want to take someone else's account, that'll be $2,000, and you can take someone else's account from them.
God. It would be like Mad Max of wrestling gaming. To take someone else's fucking account. It was little Timmy from Idaho.
Yeah, just
Idaho.
Could you imagine, like you're playing the game, someone does this, and somehow you have the money to pay for it to steal someone else's account, and you steal someone else's account, and then as you merge your account with their account, you realize that fucking this is a 34-person account. So it has stuff from 30, this has moved from one guy all the way up to you, but there's 34 people in between.
All the created characters.
Yeah, you're just holy shit.
Nimrod the Hoser? What the hell?
But no, it'd be kind of cool to see with that example of just straight out the going back to the original idea. Going from being able to make a character would be so cool if you could just make a character, have him start in the the 80s or 90s, and have him go through the business throughout the years from back then.
Yeah, we're not expecting to go into the future, but if we can start in the past, then you could have a good long career with them.
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. And having it where every couple of years, the roster changes and things change. You could I think it would be kind of cool. It's with how WWE theoretically owns a couple different things. It would be kind of cool if WWE had it where you could at a certain point start working for ECW instead. or
That'd be pretty
WCW instead, or now because they theoretically acquired AAA, working for AAA instead, or coming from one of those places, or
That'd be
having
cool.
like
I mean, they're not competition, so why not?
not anymore. No, like that's the thing. They're all like part of WWE now. So it's like, but then having it where like like, or another one was like you could be like overseas. It could just be classified as, say, basically Japan. But it could just
Oh,
be like
that'd be cool.
it could just be classified as overseas, and like basically like what
Old
could happen is
Japan.
like every so often like your contract would actually expire, and like you could like negotiate, with your character. Like you could have like a bunch of characters in story mode, just not one. But you could have like a bunch of characters in story mode, and each of them like could have like their own individual like fucking contract, and like legitimately have a contract where it's like, as you're progressing, it's like, oh, my character has like this skills, but he's really lacking on like the mic. Like kind of like UFC does it, where like UFC does it, where like you have to train in between.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
having,
you can up your stats between matches.
yeah, but having it where like this one's more of like it's like how you know the business. It's like those weird like stats, like how you know the business, who's your friends, like who you're training with, like because you're not training with like anyone. Like how are you learning new moves? How are you learning new abilities? Right?
Oh, true. Yeah. How would you have created that insane finishing move without someone to train with?
Yeah. So like
You'd
you
have
could
to
have
have
like,
somebody.
so like like you could have it where like there's the wrestling part aspect in your wrestling, and then when you come out of wrestling afterwards, there's like the kayfabe stuff that you could do, and then the actual like real shit you could do.
Yeah.
So like kayfabe, you could like attack Scott Steiner in the back or whatever like that, right? But like maybe like instead like that you could like literally be talking about your signing up a new contract, or like you go up to like Arn Anderson and you're like, hey man, like can you give me some advice or shit like that, like like you could do shit like that.
That would be pretty fun. Interacting with old legends.
Yeah, like, and like I said, like
That'd be pretty sick.
and it'd be kind of cool if like you could like set up a story mode in which like you could make a character from like the 90s,
Yeah.
and then like have them play out, and then, like at one point, like let's just say like how the 90s were, like you get fired, or not fired, but maybe like your contract expires, and as your contract expires you're like, oh, maybe I'll just go to WCW instead, and you just go to WCW and your character goes to WCW for a while, or like shit like that, like where like, or like even if you can control characters but you didn't really like control characters, you know what I mean? Like if you set up like a story mode where you could have like you're the like, you could call it like manager mode. It's not quite what I would classify it as, but manager mode, where basically like you can make like you can start from the 90s, like I said, and as you're going through like the thing, you can like see storylines are progressing, but like you have all your characters, like like for example Bear, Crush, these are characters that we've made, or like you made like that like Wayne Static character at one point. Like, you can just make a bunch of characters,
Yeah.
and you literally put them in. And what it is that you get to control their contracts. So, like for example, let's say like your one character, you're like, oh, I don't want him wrestling for WWE anymore. I want him to wrestle for like ECW for a bit. So you just have him like work for ECW for a bit. Or even if you like, another one would be like another example of this. If you want to do another like a third, this would be a little bit more complicated, but I think it'd be so fucking awesome. Is if you could take like background characters that you've made and literally set up their entire career up to 25.
Yeah.
So like for example, like going back to like Bear, he worked for WWE for this amount of time, then he went to New Japan for like 6 years, then he came back and worked for WCW for a bit, then he went back to WWE, and you just set that up as like that. But it'd be interesting is then if you're playing your actual character, like your random fucking character, if you see like Bear walking down like the halls like at like WCW, because that's the year that he was at WCW, is the year that you're currently at WCW.
That'd be pretty sick. Yeah.
So you just see your fucking own playable character just walking into the hall going, hey. or like you could still play them if you wanted to too. Like you could have like another idea would be a career mode that would be a little bit harder to do, but so much fucking fun. Is if you and your friends all had like an online game, an online story mode, in which they all like you all had the game and stuff like that, and like as you're playing it, like your friends could be playing it on ECW, WCW, New Japan, or whatever like that, and as the week goes by, they're playing their matches while you're playing your match, but it's all one universe.
That'd be pretty freaking cool.
So like you could be like like using it as like even Raw and SmackDown, using that as an example. I'm on the Raw brand, you're on the SmackDown brand, for example. And as like the week passes, I find out that you're one of the new tag team champions. So I think that would be
Yeah,
kind
that
of cool.
would definitely be pretty cool way to update the whole gaming process, wrestling gaming process. I mean, they have it. They have the ability. They could do it.
Yeah, I think
I still believe.
like I said, I think that would be kind of fucking cool, like if they did something like that. And then
Come on,
the other
Triple
one.
H.
Sorry, what?
It's like, come on, Triple H.
Yeah. But it'd be kind of cool, like, you did something like that where it's like, like, as the week went by, like, you would all be able to, like, do stuff like that. And then, like, another thing would be, like, if you, maybe at the end of a week, or whatever like that, you all, like, have challenges you must complete during your match. And if you complete those challenges, you get, like, a point. And those points you can use to either help somebody or hinder somebody across the entire, like, roster of people that you have, like including your friends.
Oh, I could see that. That'd be pretty sick.
So like for example, let's say like like you're playing and your brother becomes like heavyweight champion on WCW. You're like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And then he becomes intercontinental or US champion on WCW as well. And you're like, oh no. Like he's holding on to two belts at the exact same time. Come on. So, like, you start putting points into a pool that, like, at the next pay-per-view, he has to have two matches. Like, he must defend both the titles. And, like, as, like, people, like, put more points in it throughout the month, it gets, like, harder challenges. For example, like, both, like, because the other thing is, like, I think it would be kind of cool is, like, if you're playing, like, if your character gets injured, they don't recover right away.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I could see that.
Like kind of like like not permanent injuries. I think that would suck. But like if you're like if you fought on Monday and got a red spot over the course of the week, the red spot would slowly go down. Like maybe you can get like 75% of your health back every week. So, like, if you're only wrestling one match a week, you're getting about 75% of your health back every week. Makes sense?
Mm.
But if you have two matches in the same night, you don't recover any of your health back. Because why would you, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't really make sense. That's not really how real life works.
So I think that would be kind of something to... using this as a way to just talk about stuff, Tams, but yes, we can end up the stream after we're done talking. Go ahead. You can end up the stream anytime you want then, I guess. But I'm just talking about something that I think would be kind of cool. But yeah, no, I think that would be kind of cool. It's like doing something like that where it's like and then like I said, like you can like like if your brother had gotten those two titles, like you could put in points to make it so he has two matches that night. I could put in a couple points to make it a triple threat. Someone else could put some points in to make it a four-way instead of a triple threat. Like you have to slowly increase things. So he has to
That'd be pretty wild.
So he has to put his U.S. title on the line, and his in a four-way, and his heavyweight champion in a three-way or a triple threat. And like basically like you can also like have it where because there's no rules, you know, there's interference. So like, you know, someone has it out for him, so someone like actually is attacking him. So it's a triple threat, but there's just one guy that literally is like, you know, from the backstage that constantly is trying to attack him, and only him. So like, you know, the idea is the fact that like, if you know, it's not like you guys would have to team up with someone all the entire time, but it's the idea that fact that if you have one person who's doing too well, you can like try to actually punish them, or like you can like, you know, like you can have the opponents being like a little bit stronger, or you could have it where like another thing could be like, you know, he's attacked on the go home show, so he's more injured than normal, or like shit like that. Like you could like try doing like, you know, things where it's like, you know, you can sabotage them, or you can like, you know, make things easier for yourself. Like, for example, like, you know, you don't have a championship match, but you did just beat this person, and theoretically the number one contender. You should be the number one contender, so you could like put a point on yourself to make yourself in the triple, like make the heavyweight title into a triple threat match instead. Shit like that.
That'd be pretty cool. Full customization.
So like basically you can use these points to like add extra like little elements of the you know, shit to your world.
Stipulations.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just like you guys could like be in different things. Like, and like I was gonna say, is like, you know, like for example, if I was playing the game, I probably wouldn't fuck with anyone until they start doing that concept where they're winning too many titles.
Yeah, fans are getting bored.
Well, it would be more just the concept of like, it's like, I guess it's the idea that, you know, when we were playing, I don't remember.
Oh, fuck.
I'm just trying to see if there's actually anything different. Okay. But no, I just don't remember, like I remember, like, having this issue where it's, like, as we were playing, like, some of that, I always remember, like, when we were playing, people wanting to be, like, too many, like, they wanted all the titles.
Yeah, every male title available.
Yeah. And it's like, well, everyone has to share. Like,
cool,
we all have to have, like, you know, a title to share. Like, we can't all just be, like, you know, like I remember one point, as a joke, I remember us doing it as a joke. I remember at one point, you were, like, on Raw and I was on SmackDown. And you had all the Raw titles, and I had all the SmackDown titles, and we were tag team champions together.
Sick.
You know, but it's just like, you know, like, you know, if you're playing with a bunch of people, it wouldn't be the same. Like, you have to have like lots of people being able to do certain things, but you can't have too many titles because it becomes unrealistic. So, like, I think that you'd have to defend the titles, you know, more like every pay-per-view, both of them, and all of them, and do that. But nonetheless, I'm just
you couldn't just sit on the titles.
Anyway, sadly, I know this. I said 45 minutes, but this has been an hour and a half because we really tried, and then we started talking. So I'm out of here.
Give it a fair go.
Yeah. I'll try to see if maybe like within the week it works again. Maybe it will. We'll see. But yeah. I'll see you guys. Sadly, I'll see you guys next time, though. Hopefully, I see you guys next time. I mean, sadly, this didn't work, and I'll have to see you guys next time.